Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Masters of the Universe Classics Horde Wraith. That's right, we get a new member of the evil Horde, but who is this guy? I've had a lot of people ask that, but let's go ahead and check him out. As you can see, the Horde Wraith comes packaged on your standard Masters of the Universe Classics blister card, fully showcasing our action figure within. As we flip that around to the backside, we just get a cross-sell, showing off some of the other figures in the Classics line, and as per usual this year, there's no bio, so you'll never know who this guy is. Kidding. Let's get this guy outside of the package. Now, the Horde Wraith is another one of those characters who briefly appeared in the 2000X MYP cartoon series. There was basically just a bunch of druids that Hordak was using. I kind of always equated them to like the 2000X versions of like Shadow Weaver type characters. Maybe Shadow Weaver kind of is the leader of these. That's the way it works in my mind, I guess. But yes, essentially, it's an army builder. Just a random member of the Horde, some druids, some spell users. That's what we've got going on here. Let's go and take a look at this guy outside of the package. You might notice right away that he's got this really cool flight stand, so he's kind of floating here. I think that is really cool. If you look at this, you'll notice he does not have any legs. There's no legs, no feet, nothing like that. It's just a very hollowed out kind of skirt piece or robe piece, and then he does come with this clear plastic display base. It actually just plugs right in there, and it actually locks in there really good. I mean, it's in there. I can't really pull it out right now, but that's probably a good thing. So that way we can display him. It makes it look like he's hovering above the air, which is a very cool kind of neat little effect there. Very similar to what we saw in the Shadow Weaver figure. It is a different kind of stand though. Also, that puts him above 8 inches tall. So he's actually going to be floating above the rest of the figures in your line, but that's actually kind of a neat thing. Let's take a look at the sculpt on this guy. We'll start with the head. So he's kind of got this hooded head there with his face completely blacked out. I do really love the eyes. They're like this bright yellow with some red trim around there to kind of give him that glowing effect. It's very, very cool. Very mysterious. I actually really like that. I think it's a cool look. And then the whole figure is mostly gray with some really nice black and red highlights, giving him that very cool Horde feel. He's basically got this big kind of cape thing hanging over his robe there. You can see it's all separate. It is nice to see that it's a very soft, pliable plastic on the cape. So it's very flowy there. You can see move it all around. I like the holes in it. Gives it a very cool kind of evil touch. We got the nice Horde bat right there done in a bright red. And then this cool little piece that hangs down on the front. Otherwise, the deco is very, very plain. Because you can see the body there is all straight gray. There's really no added paint or anything in there. We do have a little bit of design work on the arms, which is pretty cool. And then we got some new pieces on here as well. Obviously, a lot of this is brand new. You can see very cool here. We got the straight kind of ab piece. The upper body looks a lot like your standard Classics body. But then, there's no waist or legs. We just got this robe piece instead. So it's pretty cool to see how that was done. I really like the hands here, at least the sculpt of the hands. They're these very long, wretched fingers, and they're both in spellcasting poses, which is perfect for these guys so they can do some spellcasting, right? Huh? That's what they're there for. I will say it's really weird because they're done in this very soft plastic, very similar to what we saw kind of on the cape. So they're very, very flexible. Now, we've seen this in the past with some of the open hand stuff on like Katra had that. So I guess that's probably one of those Mattel safety things to make them not so sharp and pointy with those wretched fingernails there. But otherwise, I really like that. So let's talk about articulation. It's going to be a little different on this guy since he doesn't have legs. The head can move left and right. It is ball jointed. Of course, the shape of the hood, the way it kind of fits over the torso there, it's going to hinder your movement just a little bit, but it's still manageable. You can see I can still get some decent poses there. We do have the standard ball joints at the shoulders, so the arms can go outwards, forwards, and backwards. You got your swivel at the bicep. You got nice joints at the elbow, which allow the elbow to swivel all the way around as well as bend there, so that's really nice. And then we do just have our swivels at the hands there as well. So pretty good articulation there. I, of course, showed you guys the ab crunch, the swivel at the waist, and then nothing else down below because there's no legs. But it's pretty good articulation. You can still get them to do some cool spell casting poses, which is exactly what you'll need them for. And I think that's pretty cool. He does come with one accessory in the form of this very neat looking Horde staff. Now, it's very cool looking, but it has its flaws. First of all, it's made of that very gummy plastic. I'm not sure why the weapons lately have all been like this, but I hate this. I hate when it's this soft and pliable. Look at that. I shouldn't be able to bend a staff all the way around like that. So it's very, very weak. It's going to be one of those things that over time, it's going to droop on your shelf because of the really, really weak plastic it's made of. It does have a nice paint deco, so I will say that. I love the sculpt up here. That's very nice. It's got some nice gunmetal seen on this little blade piece as well as on top. You got the red Horde bat. You've got this cool black staff. I love how this part up here totally looks like the Horde crossbows. Did you notice that? That's pretty neat in design. Here's the other weird thing about this, though. Since both hands are in spellcasting hands, he doesn't hold onto this in a traditional sense. Instead, this little blade piece on here, you can see, has been designed to fit onto the way his fingers are posed over here on his right hand. So you actually will just slide his fingers through this this little hole here, just like that. It's a bit weird. It doesn't really work all that great. And the hands being real flexible, I guess, kind of helps in this sense. And then we get him posed, just kind of looks like he's barely holding onto the staff with his fingers. I actually don't really like it very much. He doesn't get a good grip on it. He never looks like he's holding it. So honestly, it's probably one of those accessories that I'm going to end up not using because he just doesn't hold on to it very well. But otherwise, I like the posability with this guy, and I think he's a pretty fun figure. If you were able to get multiples of these guys, like I said, this is a good army builder. Might be cool to have like 4 of these dudes surrounding Hordak. Would look cool to have them like behind the Horde troopers. And it's just another way to really build out your Horde army and make it feel like an army. Pretty cool looking figure there, and another one that I never really clamored for, but I'm glad that he got made. He really fits the bill of what this line is all about, being all-inclusive, and he's just kind of a fun little addition to the line. So the Horde Wraith was available in November on MattyCollector.com. So happy hunting, my friends. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And subscribe. That way you never miss out on one of my toy reviews. Until next time, my friends.